Yes, sir. Yellow, 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 yellow. It is Tuesday night. And that means one thing and one thing only. Tuga Tuesdays. It's on, brother. It's on. We're back. Fully loaded, absolutely loaded here with Mauricio Ruana, with Derek Gomez. Right there, we'll see Mr. Benfica. Neil Torres with you. One more lap to go. Right? Yep. But before the last lap on this incredible, wild season in Liga Portugal, we got a wild round 33. All kinds of controversies, delusional players, delusional referees, delusional fans, on goals, penalties, red cards, Porto going down, away. What? What's going on? It was wild. It was wild. Pinheiro being Pinheiro. Yeah. We got all the ingredients here for a massive, massive episode of Tuesdays tonight. I just gotta say this. I called the Benfica game, and that was in disbelief. I was like, what's going on here? What happened with this team? What happened with this team? You can't let these things happen to you. And they did. And at the same time, I got the other game going. I got the goals going for Sporting. And I got the producer talking on my ear. That's another goal for Sporting. That's another goal for Sporting. That's another goal for Sporting. I was like, what? What's going on? So Benfica had everything on the plates. So you know what? We want to be number 2. We're gonna go straight to the Champions League. But I guess they like to play qualifiers for a reason. I don't know what's the deal.
Qualifiers? There's no qualifiers.
No.
It's straight to the Europa League. There's no qualifiers.
Yeah, it goes to the Europa League.
I forgot.
Finish third to go directly to the Europa.
Yeah.
Oh, it's to the Europa. I forgot about that. Even better, even worse. I don't know, man. Anyway, all right, guys. It's Mauricio Ruano with you, Derek Gomez, Mikey. Hit it, Mikey. Hit it. Tell me. Talk to me. Give me your 30 seconds. I'm already wearing Benfica, man.
Congratulations, Rui Costa. You did it again. Congratulations, 65% that voted for that guy. I can't be mad at anybody in the club when 2/3 of my club's fans are idiots. That's where I'm starting. We voted for this. We got what we asked for. This is exactly what was going to happen. It was always going to happen. Once the points were dropped at Famalicão, it's better to drop it against Braga because what I predicted, I told my father this, that I thought Benfica were going to beat Braga and then go drop the points at Estoril to make sure we stayed out of the Champions League. But this season's been a disaster. Position by position, okay? There's only one spot in the 11 where Benfica are better than they were a year ago, despite spending over 100 million. One spot, and that's at right back because Dedic is better than Ba. And that is the only upgrade all season. Everything else has been lateral, or the player has gotten a year older, or the player that's come in is worse than the one that left. Bring back Artur Koglu, bring back Kokshu, bring back Di Maria. I don't care if he's 48 years old. I will take him. Enough of people thinking that this team was going to do anything this year. Benfica are where they belong, 3rd place. That's what they are. It got fun there for a little while. It managed to pick up a win against Sporting because Rafa did what Rafa does once in a while. But at the end of the day, the team is not built well. The options are not there. And yes, they should be better than this. But at the same time, this was all too predictable. And again, we can argue about we can argue about referees, we can argue about calls. And listen, the whole world saw what kind of referee João Pinheiro is last Wednesday when he did the Champions League. Yeah. There's nothing left for us to say about him, but that is not Benfica's problem. Benfica's problem was against Rio Ave. It was against Casa Pia. It was 11 draws in one season. 11 draws in one season. Okay. Where the only trophy this season Benfica won is a stupid Guinness World Record for the most idiots voting in an election in a sports team. Clearly just showing, that more is not better or more is not smarter. But honestly, we can argue individual games. We can do the micro. But at the end of the day, the overall picture, Benfica are where they really fall. This is I think the weakest Benfica team I've seen since I've been following the team to the point of creating content for it in 8 seasons. And I think going back to probably the early 2000s. This is, if not the late 90s. This was a downgrade almost across the board. And, you know, Jose Mourinho kind of feels like a useful idiot in this case. I don't blame him because he was not given a lot to work with. And I know when he was coming in from Fenerbahce, he talked about how great Benfica was. Yeah, compared maybe to Fenerbahce at that, who were not good this year either. It may have looked that way, but again, a team that was serious about going for the Champions League in January made almost no moves. They brought in Sidney Lopes-Cabral only to bury him because the guy asked for a jersey from Vinny Jr. That's what it takes to get buried on this team. A guy that Mourinho supposedly asked for.
Yeah.
And all he did was ask for a jersey, and we never saw from him again. We brought in Rafa, which everyone criticized, but the only reason it's come down to the last round is because of Rafa getting that goal at Alvalade. Otherwise, Sporting would already have second place mathematically. It's just, again, another failure from the board, a failure from the president. And until that's addressed, I can't get mad at players and I can't get mad at coaches when the guy at the very top making the decisions continues to make wrong decisions time after time after time again. So I think Benfica are where we deserve to be. And let me tell you, this Saturday, once Pizzi is subbed off for Estoril, because he's going to come on and he's going to come off, he's going to get a standing ovation. Click. Season's over for me at that point. I want to see Pizzi. I'll give him a salute, and that's it.
I mean,
this season started in early June. I'm ready for it to be over.
So before we go to the other side of the circular here, Mike, is this the worst undefeated season ever?
If you want to call it that. I mean, it's not undefeated yet. Don't count out Estoril yet. But maybe. I mean, it's obviously, dropping 22 points, it is a lot. Sporting and Porto have a couple losses each, and they're still ahead. So, I mean, it is undefeated, but it's a lot of points dropped that shouldn't have been dropped. And a lot of points Benfica dropped after being in the lead, just like, again, up 1-0 this weekend against Braga. How do you allow a team to come and tie it within 2 minutes in such a crucial game? It's just the maturity was not there all season, the professionalism to hold on to a lead. We saw it last week. I wasn't here last week, so I couldn't say how Otamendi being sent off, that should not lead to a collapse of dropping a 2-goal lead in a half hour. Benfica should have been able to hold that result with 10 men, and they should have been able to hold a 1-0 lead longer than 2 minutes against Braga.
Right.
And again, managed to get the draw to stay undefeated and give a little hope. But at the end of the day, it's just not enough at this point.
Insane. Now I got a question for I got a statement for Mr. Gomez here on the other side of the circular. So, how do you summarize this? Right? I mean, I give it a summary, but you explain this to me.
Sure.
2 reds, 1 fake penalty, 4 goals, 1 on goal. Sporting.
I think you did a pretty good job of summarizing yourself. No, I mean, I've been saying this. I mean, I really haven't liked the way Sporting has played over the last month and a half. And I think that, if you look at the results, the last couple of weeks, I think are misled. I mean, there was the 5-1 win with Guimarães at home, and I think that was the primary reason for that. That big win, that 5-1 win, was Vitória Guimarães' tactical recklessness. I thought they were a team that played with a very high line. They were playing way too high. They conceded tons of space in the back, and Sporting was able to take advantage of that and score those goals. And it's 5-1. Sporting was playing great. I think that the primary culprit there was the way that Guimarães played that game. In this last game, we did not look good at the beginning, especially at the beginning. Rio Ave were the team that took the initiative. They scored. They deserved to go up 1-0. Then the penalty, which I cannot endorse that penalty. If it was a foul, it looked like it started, before the box, before they got in the box. Then we were, gifted a goal, and they passed it into their own net, which was, kind of bizarre to see. Then, the rest of the way, we played against 10 men and then finally against 9 men. So this is Sporting over the last month and a half. They're not, they're not putting in these quality performances. We saw what happened to AVS. We had a 2-0 lead in the 90th minute at home against Tondela. We all know what happened there. So I don't think, second place is locked down here, guys. Cesar Peixoto is no friend of Sporting. I think that there's motivation for Cesar Peixoto to spoil Sporting's party. I'm sure it's going to be a packed stadium. We're at home. We should beat Gil Vicente, just coming off a 3-1 loss at home. But I don't think that this is a foregone conclusion, guys. I really don't. A few minutes before that they didn't look at, yeah, you can certainly argue that. I see where Nick Jovi's coming from there. Yeah, because that didn't look like that. Overall, you can't be happy with the way the game transpired. I don't know. I mean, it's just that, and there's just sort of like this right now, this lack of confidence right now with Sporting. I think that's the thing right there. They were certainly affected by the that critical week where we were out of the Champions League with Arsenal, and then that heartbreaking loss to Benfica. I think that really just more than anything, more than the fitness, I think it had such a mental impact on Sporting. I think it had such an impact on morale that it's just affected the way that they've played over the last month or so. I don't like it.
Like we were saying off the air, guys, Derek. I mean, after Sporting realized that the chances to win the title were over, to start playing ball again.
Yeah.
The pressure was off. It's just the fantastic goal from Trincao. The goal from
Yeah. No, I mean, again, there've been moments. I'm not saying there haven't been moments. There've been some great moments. I mean, like the Trincão goal this past weekend was a work of art. I mean, there've been some great moments. I'm not saying that, but you got to look at got to look at it globally, how this team's been playing. And I feel that there's been a drop of quality, prior to that Arsenal game, especially, those last, those winter months, even shorthanded. I thought Sporting were playing some really quality football. And they were chasing Porto. They were right there. It's just, I think we were just so demoralized by what happened in the Champions League and especially what happened at home against Benfica that I feel like this team hasn't been the same ever since.
Absolutely, man. Now we go. Now I got the perfect title for the Porto game. Perfect title for a Porto game, Mauricio. The Hangover.
Yeah, that's what
the Hangover.
It's called The Hangover and playing subs that haven't seen playing time in over a month. That's what that.
Right,
that's what that is.
Right.
Yeah.
The victory lap. You jog the victory lap.
Listen,
you don't sprint it.
2 of those goals for Aves on Porto. Claudio Ramos showed his rust, why he hasn't been in goal for the last 4 to 5 months. Because a regular goalie who plays all the time, you saw Diego Costa's reaction on the 3rd goal when it went in. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, and that's what happens with guys that haven't played with each other. You have another guy who got a red card, 2 yellow, Perpic, and hasn't seen the field. And I think the conditions played a factor again. The other loss that they had against Gazapia, the rain, the muddy field, played a factor in the Porto because they like to play high speed, full go, full throttle, and the weather conditions don't allow you to do that sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think that played a factor too. The stadium at Aves, the weather. And listen, Aves players, they wanted it more. It's probably their last game in front of that crowd before they go down to the second division.
Yeah.
They wanted it more. They wanted to send them off with something to remember them by. And that's what they did. And listen, Porto in the first half just wasn't there. And like you said, they probably were hungover. I don't know what they were doing in the first half. But in the second half, they had their chances. And that goalie for Aves, he came up big on a few spots. And then Avs got that second goal with it was just a nice shot, like 20 yards out, up in the corner where Ramos just didn't have a chance. But Avs looked hungrier, they looked the more aggressive, and they wanted the game more. And that's what it is. What did Joby say? I think you got to go. Yeah, listen, Porto.
Yeah. I mean,
listen, Porto's going to.
They're going to be
fair
tested
point.
more next year. Absolutely.
Fair point. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. They're
more next
gonna have to go through that schedule, and their players are gonna have to rotate and everything. It's gonna be different.
Of course.
And listen, Fraioli did a good job this year with the Europa League.
But this transfer window for Porto is going to be big too.
Well, listen, they got knocked out early they got out of the Europa League. They'd have to go through to the final. They got knocked out of the Taça by Sporting as well and things like that. So they didn't have as deep runs and as many games as everybody else. And let's just remember that.
More
but
about the
listen, Fraioli also rotated the team good. I'm not going to discredit that. He did a great job doing what he did with. And listen, we've been saying this all season. Their depth and their experience with these players that they got is what won them the league. Their depth and their experienced players like Bednarik, Kiwar, that's what won them the league. Defense is what wins this league. When you can go out there and keep the clean sheet and you have the best goalie in the league, and not to mention probably a top 10 goalie in the world, it's going to be hard to
But there is a difference, though, between the intensity of the Europa League and the intensity of the Championship.
100%.
So I'm curious to see how they navigate that next year.
Absolutely. So, but listen, it's definitely a hungover game, and players just getting their. Listen, I'll be surprised if this week coming up, some of the junior players play. Like I can even see them doing that. So Porto right now is just taking it easy and just making sure these guys that want to play the World Cup don't get hurt for their. I was
gonna say anyone going to the World Cup, I would have sitting.
I was just gonna say that. So like the Bednarik, Keyword, Diego Costa, Froholt, things like that. They're not gonna play. They're gonna sit them out. So even someone like maybe Varela, who has a chance of making the Argentina team. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna hold those guys out. So we'll see what they do this week. But also, I want to say before I go, I feel really bad for Braga, man. If that guy doesn't make that foul during the final of the Europa League, I don't know why Georgelis fouled that dude. Just let him score. You still could have won the game. I feel so bad for them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, you don't get to play many semifinals.
No, and they could beat that team head to head.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. For sure, man. For sure. And Mikey, we've been praising all season long how good the wingers were for Benfica. But in these last couple of games, especially the last one, I think Cristiani and Sheldrake, they were trying to do too much. They were not letting the ball go. I mean, they were killing the ball too much. Like the time to let it go, it was off. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go all the way. Do you feel like that, Mikey, or just me?
I thought they've been pretty consistent. Maybe a little bit, but again, they're playing a better team than they've been playing against. But we just said how good Braga are.
That's Dave, by the way.
I think part of it is Braga have more possession, than just about any other team in Portugal. They love to possess the ball, and they took more possession from Benfica than is normal. And I think maybe the wingers just don't quite get the rhythm that they're used to. Yeah, but I think the opponent deserves a lot of credit for that too. I think Braga get a lot of credit for any ineffectiveness of the wingers, but I wasn't unhappy with the two of them. I think Benfica's problems are far from those two guys. We've asked a lot, especially out of Sheldrop the last couple months. He's really been the guy pulling the team on his back. And for a very quickly reviewed goal with a very blurry picture, he would have delivered an assist that might have changed everything. But again, who knows? And it's not because it's Benfica. I think the referees in Portugal need to make the call first and not just rely on the VAR to bail them out. And this was a case where I think it should have gone with whatever the call on the field was, because nothing was was conclusive that I saw.
Exactly.
Maybe there's
It was
an
in-
image
it was
that none of us
inconclusive.
saw.
Yeah.
But maybe there's an image none of us saw. But from what I saw, it was inconclusive. And I'd be saying the same thing if he had called it out. I'd say the same thing. But I don't know if that changes, Sheldrip's performance overall. But I think the two of them have been pretty consistent and been two bright spots for Benfica in the second half of the season. So I'm not putting much on them. I understand bringing Luca Bacchio in, but you notice where the second Braga goal came from. It's the side of the field that Luca Bacchio occupies. He gives you an opportunity. It was the risk. Listen, the manager rolled the dice. If he doesn't make that substitution, everyone will be criticizing him for not bringing on Luca Bacchio and not going for the win. He went for it. It backfired. Luca Bacchio still is instrumental in the play that leads to the penalty. So, it kind of is a wash, but I think the wingers were okay. I think as a team, this team is just, I think, mentally done. They don't have the strength to keep playing these games, to keep fighting for points here, and it's going to be a very enjoyable off season because
look at what Nick's saying here.
Let me see it. I can't see it.
I got it. Just a quick look through. Benfica had 4 draws either before or after a Champions League game.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a fair point.
They
do.
That's mental. That's mental more than anything.
It's mental. It's a lack of rotation. It's using the same guys over and over and over. And it's many games with the lead and then letting the other team draw this season. It's not Benfica coming back to rescue a point very often. It's usually been dropping the point when you had it in your hand, when you had the lead in your hands. And this time that wasn't the case, but in most of the other draws.
Their game management, not from Mourinho, but from the team on the
from
pitch.
the team, yes. The players are professionals and should be managing these final minutes better. Yes.
Yeah, if they haven't done better, we'll be in a different position now. Now, by the way, Dave is there. Dave, you had to bring it up. Says Dave. So I'm going to invite Dave Pereira for the last episode next week.
Mm-hmm.
Dave,
listen,
let's do it, Dave. Come on.
I only brought
it
up
up.
confirmation,
brother.
Win, man.
Confirmation of the comments, man. Confirmation of the comments. You're going to be here until Tuesday.
Tell Dave I only brought it up because I wanted them to win against Freiburg. I wanted to see them in the final, man. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh,
it'd be a blast.
Yeah, man.
It'll be cool. Hopefully,
now I think it's a foregone conclusion that Villa's going to win it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, Derek, so putting the jokes aside on the things, the numbers and the red cards and whatever. Is this what kind of team are we expecting for next season? I'm taking a look ahead already. What do you need to improve this team? What would you do? Right, I'll give you the title of technical director now of Sporting.
Yeah,
guys, give me 4 signings, brother. I give you 150 mil for you.
Hugo Viana, go right now.
Well, right now there's some things going. There's some things going on right now that are going to shape next season. Primarily Rodrigo Salazar. That's the big thing going on right now. Again, I know Mike had talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and it looks like
Sporting are in the picture now. Yeah,
it looks like Sporting's going to make the mistake that Mike was concerned that Benfica was going to.
You think it's a mistake?
Which was going to be overpay for Salazar. Right now, the numbers they're talking about 30 million.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's
a lot.
They're talking about 30 million, and then they're going to give Travassos.
That's the part that gets me, Mauricio.
So that's
the part that gets me because I do think that this guy is going to be. I think Travassos has everything. Have all the tools. He possesses everything to be a future starter for this team.
I wanted to keep him because he reminds me of Maxi, who can play multiple positions.
So I think I think Braga sees the value in that guy. And they're going to get him on the cheap.
Yep.
I think it would be a massive mistake to let that guy go the other way.
Me too.
But if this thing's for real, if they're really bringing in Rodrigo Salazar, that's going to certainly change the attack. You're looking at Potts dropping to the midfield. I can see that happening. It's the big question mark here is Yulman. It appears that he's going to go. How do you replace a guy like Morten Yulman? You've seen how Sporting have played over the last few weeks without him. They're a different team without him. He's been a cornerstone to this team for the last 3 seasons. So I mean, I think that's the big question. Can you bring somebody in who can play, who can do what Yulman did? Again, this is a rumor. I think it would be great. I think this guy would definitely make a big difference. If Palinha came back, that would certainly soften the blow of losing Yulman. I think he's he's an automatic starter. He's an automatic pillar to that midfield. He's a different kind of player than Yulman, but he's going to serve that same purpose back there. I know we're losing Morita, but now it's time for Bragança to step up. I've liked what I've seen of him since he's come back. He's playing really good football right now. So it would be his time. It would be his chance to shine in that sort of like that area with Palinha. If this was to happen, I'd love it. Up top now, Kenda we know is gone. It's Luis Guilherme has to step up now. He's shown some flashes. I like to see what this guy is after a nice full preseason, and how he's going to fit into this team. I do envision him being a starter with Jenny Katamo on the other side, and in the middle you got Pot or you got Trincão. Or if Salazar comes into that, it's going to push Trincão out to the wing, and we'll actually have depth for the first time. I don't think they're going to let Suarez go. I think if the only way they're going to let Suarez go is if someone beats the boss, it's 80 million, and no one's going to pay 80 million for him. I think they fully intend to keep Suarez for the season. He's proven his worth, 27 goals. I think there was a little bit of a dip in form, which I totally understand because he was forced to play 90 minutes every game, every competition. So there was a dip there for a bit, but
Trincão can go kick rocks.
Trincão can kick rocks. Even I saw it too.
Can go kick rocks. Oh, jeez. But Suarez is Suarez is proven to be the real deal. He was worth every penny. I'm curious to see if Ioannidis can actually contribute next year. I mean, there was a heavy investment in this guy. So I like to see how he fits in next year. Hopefully, we get some productivity out of him. As far as that goes, there is rumors though that the defense is going to be changed because Diomande he might exit. The one guy I don't want to see go this team aside from Yulman is Maxi, and there's been a lot of talk about Maxi as well. That's going to that's obviously going to alter because I don't think. Yeah, because I don't think Manga is just a guy that you'd want as your starter.
He's in the national team, right? Maxi, is he in the national team?
Yeah, oh yeah, he is.
Yeah.
After this World Cup, he's gonna be.
Yeah, I know. That's just his stock's gonna go up. I don't envision Mungish as as the starting left back. I think Fresneda is safe. I think he's gonna stay. It would be Zeno DeBas would have to step up. We'll see. We can see out of Zeno DeBas. Zeno DeBas is one of those guys that he's died. There have been moments of brilliance. He is an excellent passer of the ball. He gives you a different dimension. He's just as good a passer as Gonçalo Inácio. That's he's really talented. I think he's got great vision. He's got a great shot, but he doesn't have what Diomande has. Diomande is just stopper. He's just a rock back there. So I would like to see a guy with similar characteristics, come into the club. But yeah, I mean, I think that it's going to be a different look from Sporting next year. So long as the right moves are made, I think we can be okay. But there's a lot of things going to happen between now and July, August. The World Cup kind of complicates things. So, we'll see. But I'm going to emphasize this point tonight. The second place is not a foregone conclusion. It's not guaranteed. Something funny can happen this last week. I'm telling you guys.
Oh my God, it's gonna be wild. Oh my God,
it's gonna be wild.
I love it. For me, man. Soccer drama. Give me that, bro. No, I know Derek have been
Yeah.
picking on you all season long about Luis Suarez, right? But I want to ask you this because I was sold since round 3. After round 3, I was
You
like,
were.
this guy is for real, right? But at what point in the season you were finally okay? I, now I can now I'm sold to this guy.
No,
What was that
I
turning
would
point
say
moment for
probably
you and Luis Suarez?
I would say probably like probably a couple months in, probably like round 7, round 8. He just started being very consistent. Constant threat. You really start to see his football. He was also great in the Champions League. Let's not forget that. I by a couple months in, I too was convinced. I think he's done as good as he possibly could. I mean, he's got 27 goals in the league. We're not counting at the other competitions. He's going to win the top goal scorer, barring a miracle. So I mean, what more can you ask for? I mean, it's not easy scoring 27 goals in a season. And it might be more than 27. So I mean, I mean, again, and you also got to take into account he was filling massive shoes.
Mhm.
I mean, that was probably the greatest striker we've had in 50 years.
Yep.
I mean, aside from the the one season with Jardel.
Yeah.
And that was it. And that was just that
Mhm.
one season with Jardel. That was it. I mean, he was a phenomenon. So he had to step into that. So yeah, obviously, who no one's going to live up to Jokic. It would be impossible to live up to Jokic. But I think Suarez did the best that he possibly could. He gave us exactly what we asked for, what we paid for. So no, he's a premier striker. There's no doubt about it.
What is Dave said? This is about Salazar. The
I
guy
think it's
had
about
to pay 10%, right?
120
Saudi,
and
right?
Travassi. Yes.
Yeah.
And 120 and Travassi. Oh,
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, we can sit down and have a cup of coffee about those 20 mil, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Ruano. So I'm gonna give you the also. I don't think that you need 150 mil. I'm gonna give you 80 mil. Let's give it 100. I'll give you 100 mil
Hey, 80?
for Porto. For Porto this season because I believe that even though I call them cyborgs, that they're T1000s, Kivior and Bednarek. I mean, how many minutes they play each? Maybe like 2,500 at least each, right? This season, I think they're gotta be out there in the 2,500 minutes each.
Yeah.
That's a lot for center backs. And what we looking at, Mikey, can you look that up for me? How
I
many
can
minutes
try.
Do they,
Let's see.
do they have? I think I'm pretty sure it's got to be 25, 2,700. That's a lot. Will you go for backup for these guys, Mauricio, or not?
Well, the first thing I try to do is try to convince Thiago Silva to play again one more year.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy you try to convince. You do have the youngster Prepic that you invested in. You obviously can see he's not really ready to be an everyday starter. I don't know if they really want to spend that money to get another fourth guy if you can convince Thiago Silva to come back.
Yeah.
I think my main focus for Porto not only is just to get
25
Samu
and
back,
2,100
25.
each.
Wow.
Kivior has 2,100.
Money, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing is not only
He's
is it
the
to
pillar.
get Samu back, just healthy, stronger, quicker, just to have him back again. It's to find a backup for him. Dennis School and Mofi just show you they're not the ones. They struggled since Samu went down for a forward to get those goals for him. Most of their goals are coming from the midfield, from Pep, from Vega, from Borja.
The backs,
Well,
the
guys
center
like
backs.
that, from Gomez.
Will.
Yeah. The
It's
set piece is critical.
Their striker, Dennis School and Mofi, they're not giving you any type of presence, any fear factor in the box to anyone.
I don't think that they have 10 goals combined with you.
Right. And if you're going to go
probably
play
not.
in the Champions League and Samu's coming off this injury, you're also not going to play him every game. So you're going to need
You
that
see who
other
they're
quality
linked with?
striker. Say that again?
Do you see who they're linked with?
No.
Who?
Certain Barcelona striker.
I
Lewandowski?
read about it. Yeah.
I saw it today.
He's
I don't know.
gonna
He's
get
going to
to
be
MLS,
38.
so I'm
I
not
don't
worried
know.
about it.
I mean, he's deadly, though. I mean, he is
Yeah,
deadly.
exactly.
I
He'll
think
score
he would
goals.
do well in the Portuguese league. Yeah,
He'd
absolutely.
score
Hey,
goals.
Derek, by the way,
Absolutely.
they don't want Valverde in Madrid. You want him?
I would just try to invest in the backups. And to be honest with you, what Porto need to do is not really spend. It's trying to hold on to people. That's really what they need.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I honestly
why I
think
said-
after this World Cup, I think Diego Costa is going to be gone. I
Yeah.
think he's going to be
I think
gone.
he's the biggest. Yeah.
I can see him going to a team. There's been rumors. I can see him going to a Liverpool where Allison might be leaving, and they're looking for a new goalie. He'd be a perfect fit over there for a team like Liverpool. I can see him moving on from Porto because he's won the league.
I think that's the biggest threat right there.
He's pretty much won everything he needed to in Portugal. He has the national team and everything. I think they need to focus on goalie because you saw what Claudio Ramos is in this Obs game. So I think Porto just need to either try to hold on to what they have and people not come in and just try to take a Froho. They try to take a William Gomes. Things like that deplete their depth and their quality. But the thing is, I think if they could just get backups, maybe a backup to, a left back in case Francisco Mora can't go. Zaidu isn't a guy that can play a whole season. After years, you see he breaks down a little bit. He gets these nagging injuries and things like that. So maybe getting another left back. But I think my main focus would be on Samu, a backup for Samu. And if Diego Costa is gone, you got to get a top quality goalie and try to convince Thiago Silva to come back for at least one more year. That's me on the Porto side.
Mikey, will you bring in a striker for your team?
For the right price, I mean, I would start with Pavlidis. I think he deserves the right to start in pole position and fight for his job. But if the right striker is available, I would go for it. They definitely need depth there. I don't know if Ivanovic wants to stay, given how little he played this year. So, I mean, there's the right play. I'm okay with bringing guys in. I don't want to see another 25 or 30 million spent on a guy that's going to be a backup striker. So if that's the option, then no, don't go get a striker. Stick with the two you got. And
that's what Sporting did. Yeah.
They're talking to you, Sporting.
Look how that's worked out.
So how many goals did Johannes get this year?
3. 22.5 million euros for 3 goals.
My God, 7 million for each goal, man. That's the most expensive goals ever, man.
Amazing. Yeah.
That's the really.
No, I mean, listen, I'm not denying the guy's got quality. He's a talented player, but I mean, he already had a track record of injuries. So you can't go and spend that kind of money. I mean, 22.5 million euros in Portugal is a lot of money. You can't spend that kind of money for a guy with a track record of injuries. And he's lived up to that track record. He just barely played this year. It's just you can't spend that kind of money on a guy with the history of injuries. I just can't. I don't care how good the guy is. You can't do it.
Hey, guys, do you know why we play? I thought we were gonna play only simultaneous games in the last game of the season, but why the round 33 also?
Because of the race, because there was more in play in this round. They had to play all at the same time.
Yeah, relegation.
Because of relegation, second place, fifth place, everything was still in contention.
Yeah.
So I think the Portuguese League,
the
last two rounds, is when they
go to that.
Right. Yo, for Dave's comment, I really hope Moda goes out on loan somewhere. I really do. I don't think he's not developing well there with Farioli. Yeah. I hope Moda goes out on loan and he just gets better. I really do.
That would be fantastic. Do you think? Do you see Mora going on loan here or in another league?
No, in another league.
Another
league. Yeah,
that's unfortunate because I think either Vitória or Braga would be a great place to loan him. I know they're direct competitors, but that would be playing with the pressure of being a team with expectations. Because to send him to another league to be in the middle of the table, it has a little less value, in my opinion.
Yeah. Is that really? Is that
that's what I was talking about. Yeah, I saw something. I don't know how real it is because the Portuguese media is what it is. But I think a week ago today, wasn't Salazar certainly on Benfica because they were going to play each other? It was
foregone
done.
conclusion. Now Sporting's in pole position.
Right.
Yeah.
He'll probably end up with Porto.
And then Benfica and Sporting are fighting for the same midfielder in Italy.
Yeah.
We're fighting for the same guy. The Yeoman replacement. Yeah.
You know, they'd be so happy.
I'm all set with Dumbiaz. We have had no luck with Dumbiaz. So
I know.
I don't want to bring in another Dumbiaz, please.
I saw that name and I was like, wait a minute.
Not again. This would be our third Dumbiaz, and the other two did not work out at all.
What's that guy? What's the name again?
Dumbia.
It was what? Idrissa Bumbia, something like that?
It's Idrissa Dumbia, yeah. What do we had to say Dumbia, and we had
I get nightmares.
Oh man, that did not work out.
Oh my God, Mikey. So this is what Iker Casillas said about your coach.
I read it while you were playing the countdown.
Oh, you cheated.
I mean, so what's the deal with Iker, man? What's the deal? I mean, how can you say
he's a Portista? Who cares what he
Mikey,
says?
what did he say?
No, he's not. Mourinho's not his choice for Real Madrid, and it wouldn't be my choice for Real Madrid either. If I'm Real Madrid, why am I going back to Jose Mourinho in 2026? Other than the fact that he can maybe manage the personalities in that team, but
that's what they're looking for. More than they're looking
I
for.
mean, I'm not convinced he can do that either at this stage. I don't think today's players have the same reverence for him that they did a decade ago, and his style clearly. Although he's not as bad as everyone's making him out to be, I don't think his style really speaks to these very babied modern players. Because as we move on in time here, these players are more and more pampered and more easily offended by coaches. And
That's a great call. That's a good call.
Yeah. But I don't have anything. I don't see anything wrong with what Casillas said. Even as a neutral, looking on, I don't think he's the answer for Real Madrid either. No. But if they want to take it, then Benfica can go get a manager. What I want is the next manager to be the guy that stays around for 3-4 seasons and they actually see it through. Whether that's this summer or Mourinho goes through the rest of his contract and you spend next season finding that guy, I think that's even better for Benfica in the long run. Whether it's Hugo Oliveira or it's Soto or it's Marco Silva. Mm-hmm. What was that?
Would you keep Mourinho?
I would keep him, like I just said, for 1 year and really make the right decision to bring in the next guy that comes at the end of next season. I think and some of this is just the fan in me, but I think it's embarrassing that we have had Mourinho now for 2 stints and we have no silverware to show for it. We had him at the beginning of his career and here at this stage in his career, and nothing to show for it. I think it's worth a season to see what he can do with a preseason and with an entire season and with reasonable amount of control in what players he can bring in and what players he can offload. I think because there's no clear-cut answer for the next manager, and I think the next manager has to be a project manager. Now, this is Benfica fans who gave up on Roger Schmidt far too soon. I think we've been paying for it ever since. Ran him out of the club without realizing that things have cycles and that the first season probably went too well, which led to the expectation and then led to the downfall for Roger Schmidt. I think that the next coach I want to see come in and be treated with patience and given the time to actually build something that is sustainable season after season. And I see that in a lot of people are saying that, and I don't think it's the right choice. I don't think it's the right choice for Ruben. I don't think it's the right choice for Benfica. He's going to come in. He's going to go to a back three, and the 65% of the morons in the stadium are going to revolt because it's not in Benfica's DNA to play in a back three. These are these are antiquated
I don't
beliefs.
think Ruben wants to come back to Portugal.
I don't think he wants. I couldn't
I don't
listen.
think so either.
I love Benfica, but if I'm in the Premier League as a manager, I'm not coming back to the Tuga at the very first sacking, at the very first
of course,
failure.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't know if you're going to get that opportunity again.
Yeah.
I think Ruben's going to be smart and he's going to wait for the right. He needs a job where they're going to have the patience for him to build something like he did at Sporting. Benfica's not going to be that. The first time he drops points, I can hear the voices saying, "Oh, he came here just to help Sporting." They're still saying it about Otamendi after 5 or 6 years.
Rolled them skinny jeans.
It's true. It's the idiotic things that are said every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really
These
is.
guys, these guys are professionals, and they put their fandom aside.
Of course.
They pick their work. I mean,
Yeah.
it's well, I don't see why he would want to. If all these coaches are failing, why would you, after a failure, come here and think it's going to be different? I mean,
Right.
If Mourinho's pushing his way out, that tells you what it's like at the in the inside at Benfica.
Yeah,
I think it's bad. I think it's really bad.
I mean, his tone lately has been.
Yes,
I'm on my way out. Yeah.
Did you see with the press conference? They said to him, "If you give me when they gave you the contract right now to sign it for next year, would you?" He said, "No."
Of course
there's
not.
There's a reason why. It's not the coaching. Mikey.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
That's very telling.
There's a reason after that Quarterbog match, Bruno Lage went in and said, "I won't step in the way if the club wants to send me away. I won't even
fire me." Yeah, I know it's true. Yeah,
that's there's something there. Okay, and not even a full season later, and now another manager is not using the same words. He's saying it better, more articulately, but saying the same.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Gomez. No, I'm gonna ask you this since we're talking about the coaches now. So the football coach steps in after Ruben left, and then he got his title, and now he got this season. And now, what can we expect from Rui next season? Because it's gonna be it's a totally different ballpark where he's gonna be now. Because it's not like, I gotta do it repeat. No, we gotta win back the title. So how do you see Rui going in the next season?
I think this is going to be a very interesting season. We extended his contract. He's going to be with us until 2028 now. So we're giving him confidence. We're giving him full confidence. I think he successfully implemented his system this year. He did away with Ruben's system. He stuck to his system, and he showed that with this system, Sporting can still be effective. If I'm not mistaken, I think they've scored 86 goals. I think in the season. I think yes. I mean, again, they're not too far off from 90 goals, which is not that easy to do. He got the team into the quarterfinal Champions League, which many Sportingistas felt was impossible. So he successfully implemented his system. I think now there's going to be fine tuning. I think his system is in place. So there should be growth. There should be development into next season. The trajectory should still go up. It does appear, with what's going on right now with Salazar, it looks like Sporting is willing to invest to try to win the championship back. This is Varandas is leading the club in this way where we're no longer second fiddle to Porto or Benfica. We want to be looked upon as equals. So that's the trajectory that he set us on. Rui Borges is here. He's going to be here next year. So there's consistency. So long as we don't lose that man, I know we're going to have to lose some players, but so long as we keep our core in place, hopefully this team will grow, will develop, and we'll be able to to challenge for the title again, and we'll have another successful run. We'll see. We'll see. Things happen.
With Nick. Look, I know it's not this one. Hold on, sorry, I clicked on the wrong comment.
I'm seeing it now.
I am too.
This one. Yeah.
Right, sure he's alive. Probably.
Marcus reminds me of a pop sidekick. He helps Tom Hanks. I'm quite sure he's alive or not. The players help him more than he helped them.
Yeah, I mean, he implemented his system, and I think that I think in terms of, I mean, again,
Give credit to the guy.
you also got to take into account. You know, we talked about how you know, with Suarez, the shoes that Suarez had to fill. Think about the shoes this guy had to fill. I mean, Ruben Amorim is a legend.
Mm-hmm.
He's a legend for Sporting. I mean, he's been the most influential coach since the 1950s. You know, so he had to follow that up. He's implemented a system. So I mean, you just look at the contrast between him and João Pereira. João Pereira, of course, was not ready for a team was not ready to lead this team. Rui Borges was able to pick up the pieces, and we still won the title. So there's something there. I mean, I think there's a leadership there. Again, was he able to, you know, get Sporting to play that kind of dynamic football that Ruben had done? No, but you also got to say Ruben was given full reign on this team.
Yeah.
Sporting had tremendous patience with Ruben. I mean, don't forget that third year we finished 4th place.
Yeah.
Yet we believed in him. We believed in the system, and it led to 2 glorious seasons. In contrast to what Mike had just talked about 5 minutes ago, in contrast to Benfica, where, you know, it's Roger Schmidt won the title with them. They had a decent second season.
Yeah.
They had 80 points. It wasn't,
and it was
disaster.
treated like it was a failure.
Yeah, but they treated it like a failure, and they rushed them out of there. We right now, I think Sporting's taking the same approach with Rui Borges. We gave him a contract extension. We're showing confidence in him. And that's just the way that this club wants to go now. We don't want to go into, you know, we don't want the coaching carousel. We don't want a revolving door of coaches. I think we have to trust the process. We're trusting this process right now. We'll see where it's going to go.
Insane. Now, Mauricio, so we just mentioned the Roger Smith second season, and now we're going to see the second season of Farioli.
Or are we?
Yeah. Or are we? We have to wait and see. You never know.
Wait till that Italian coaching market heats up.
Yeah.
All right. It sounds like, I don't know, AC Milan or anything like that.
Great case in point.
Right.
AC Milan. Do you think he's going to leave if he gets an offer? Do you think he will leave for Serie A?
For the right offer.
Hey, listen. I think Como is going to lose their coach. I think that Fabregas.
That's an exciting
jump. I think that Fabregas is going to go to Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I think he's going to go. Even though I think he would be a great fit at Real Madrid, I think he's going to go to Chelsea.
Who again?
Como.
Oh,
and they just qualified for their first time in Europe too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Farioli's going to stick around for the year.
Yeah.
I mean,
he might. He probably will, but he might not.
He probably will.
He probably will.
Boas is going to do his little.
There's going to be a lot of challenges this season, and I think.
Give me percentage. Give me percentage, Mauricio.
I think Farioli's. I think like 90%, 80-90%, he'll be back. I think he'll
be gone.
No, he'll be back. He's saying
80 to 90%, he'll be back. Yeah.
But like Mikey, what do you say?
It depends on the team. I mean, there's certain clubs that I'm sure there's teams he can't say no to. So it depends. I don't know if Milan or Como fit that mold, but
right. Or do you go home? You go back to Italy just to be home?
Man, how many chances is he going to have to go this way back? You know, come in as a success, not as a sacked manager,
right?
With decreased value.
Yeah. But even like you said, are you going to leave a Porto first place in Champions League? You better go to a team that's in Champions League that has aspirations as well. You know, you're just not going to leave a good spot to go to a bad one.
Yeah.
But in the Champions League, it's just.
But the second season's going to be different. Now there's tape.
Of course, there's going to be more.
It always is.
The system. Everybody knows how you play it. Everyone's getting familiar with your players, with the throw hold, the speed of the game, and things like that. Their tactics, how they, with the ball and everything. It's a different ball game. So
that's what I want to see. I want to see how he manages his second season.
Yeah.
and listen,
I don't think. Yeah.
and we talked about this throughout the year in the podcast. They haven't had injuries.
Yeah.
Who doesn't know if the next year, the second year, a
They start
Bednarik with
piling
his
up.
age gets something.
And they lost
a
the strikers.
Keywar,
Mauricio, don't forget that.
yeah, you don't know. That second season could be totally different. It depends on the card that you're dealt. It really does. So we'll see what happens. They won the transfer market this year.
Yeah.
That's really what. Once they won that, that's really what got them ahead of everybody else. Listen,
I think
if
looking back
Benfica-
now, it wasn't even close.
Right. So if a Benfica,
They
or
won by a
Prague or
landslide in the
somebody,
transfer window.
they win the transfer market, it could be a different story to how his second season goes. It's totally different. Like Derek just said, Ruben finished 4th before he won back-to-back titles. So you could have a good time one year, and it could totally switch on you the next.
That second year is usually the tough one.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll wait and see what happens. Again,
Champions
let's
League.
say a Diego Costa leaves. Samu isn't ready to start the season fit-wise or anything. Let's see how he handles those things. And let's see how if other transfers in and out. So I'm waiting to see how everything comes about with Porto.
We'll see.
And what condition do their players come back from the World Cup in?
So somebody wrote in the
goes for
comments.
everybody.
Somebody wrote in the comments, and I think they're right. Only Diego Costa is the only one that's going to the World Cup.
Okay,
Poland didn't make it.
Okay, so then that puts them in
Denmark
the
didn't make it,
favorites position already.
And Froholtz on Denmark, they didn't make it either.
Yeah, you're right.
They did not make it. Yeah, that's right.
You're right.
So really, the only
Team
player
like
they're
that, they didn't-
losing to the World Cup
They're gonna have
Diego
a rest. We're gonna rest the roster for the season.
Yes.
I mean, in midfield, Yeoman, that Højbjerg and Froholt, and they couldn't make it. Crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Insane.
Insane. All right, guys, let's start for the predictions for the last prediction of the year, last prediction of the season.
All
Me
right.
and Derek want to skip
Round
this.
34.
I don't
Oh my
want to touch it.
Me and Derek want to skip it.
I don't want to touch it. I got such a bad feeling.
Me too. I want to skip it. I don't want to.
Oh my God. Oh my, so, hold on. Let me see which. I think I got the Porto game. Hold on a second. I got my
That's an early one, the Porto game.
Yeah, it's
Well, they're playing the juniors.
9
They
a.m.
gotta get
or something. 9:30.
Yeah, it's a 3:30 Portuguese time. It's an early afternoon game.
It's like 10:30 or something in the morning here.
Yeah.
Is Santa Clara safe, or do they still need something out of this?
No,
game?
no, they guaranteed it. No,
They're
in.
guaranteed safe.
They're
Okay.
Yeah. Petit does it again.
So Nacional might fall down to the playoff. And
Yeah.
It's Tondela, Gazapia, Nacional, and I think it's
That's still
between
Amadora.
and
Oh, I got the
Extremadura.
table here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The Porto game and the Sporting game. Here's me on your list. Oh my God. All right. You know who I want. All right. All right. Then, Mikey, go ahead, man. Go ahead. The Porto game is
Okay.
the first one, right?
Porto's first. Yeah, Porto's first.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna bounce back big time. They're
Yeah.
gonna bounce back. Oh, I say 3-0 Porto. It's a 3-0 Porto now. Mikey, what do you say?
2-0 Porto.
Derek?
Minimum
I'm
effort.
with Mikey on this one. 2-0. Yeah.
Yeah. Mauricio?
Just to be different, I'll go 2-1 Porto.
All right. What's next?
Moreirense AVS. And
Oh.
we can finally say goodbye to this team, hopefully forever. Maybe.
But they wanna win again, brother.
They can win. They're still going away.
They're gonna win again. That's a 2-1 ABS. 2-1 ABS. What do you say, Mikey?
2-1 Moreirense at home. They're even though they've fallen a little bit, they're still decent at home. So I'll go Moreirense 2-1.
Gomez?
I'm gonna go 1-0 AVS.
Mauricio?
I'm gonna go 1-1.
1-1. All right. Mikey, what's next?
Roca Tondela.
Oh, Tondela needs it. All right.
Yeah. Is Aroca playing at home?
Yes.
See, that's a difference. They're good at home.
Yeah.
Motivation.
I'm
Motivation.
gonna give it to
That's true.
Tondela. 1-0 Tondela. 1-0 Tondela. What do you say, Mikey?
Yeah. Tondela with another escape, like we used to see some years ago. 2-1 Tondela to stay up. They'll get the help
Nice.
they need in the other games.
So
I think
what
they're
else?
gonna fight like hell, but it's gonna end up 1-1.
You said 1-1, did it?
Yeah.
All right, Mauricio, what do you got?
Yeah, I think Tondela put up a fight, but I'm going 2-1 Aroca.
So they need to win, and
They need to win, no
Casapia
matter what.
will,
Not win.
not
Yeah.
win it.
Yeah.
No. All right. All right. What's next, Mikey?
Braga, Estrela da Amadora.
That's the.
Estrela needs this. That's a rough game.
No. Oh my God. Will they do it? Let's add some drama here. I'm gonna say 1-1. Let's say 1-1. Let's say 1-1 on this one. All right. What do you say, Mikey?
2-1 Braga. Estrela's going to go down. They're going to be the ones to, or at least into the playoff. They're going to fall into that spot.
All right. All right. Bet it.
I think Braga 2-1. I think Braga's gonna win 2-1.
It's at home, right, brother?
It's in Braga, yeah.
Yeah. It's Braga.
Oh yeah, I know. You screwed Estrella now. Now I'm gonna change it. I'm 2-1, 2-1, brother.
Yeah. Well, they
Yeah,
shouldn't have
Mauricio.
fired their coach.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Exactly. I agree with the boys. I'm going to go 2-1. I agree with them.
All right. What's next, Mikey?
Casa Pia, Rio Ave.
Oh, Nino's boy with the goal, the save.
God.
Let us about with the goal.
-1, Casapia. Damn man, I want Tondela, man. So I'm gonna say 1-1 Casapia. I'm all for Tondela. I don't know why, but whatever. 1-1. What do you say, Mikey?
1-0 Casa Pia, they stay up.
Oh my!
I have a.
Medic.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go 2-1 Casapia. They stay up.
Oh,
Come on, Alvaro.
I agree with them. I go 1-0 because of feel like Mikey. I agree.
1-0 Casapia. Jesus. All right. What's next?
The draw was kind to them for the last day. Nacional hosting Vitoria.
Ooh,
And I think
Good game.
Nacional still need a point to guarantee
They do.
safety.
yeah, they need 1 point.
Come on, Nacional. Come on, Islanders. Give me a victory, brother. 2-1 Nacional. 2-1 Nacional. Mikey.
1-1. 1-1 in this one.
Medic.
I think it's gonna be 1-1. Yeah, they'll get the point.
They're going to get the point. I'm going to go with my 0-0 on this one. I, think it's
I
gonna
thought
be
about it.
0-0.
I thought about it.
It's in the island. They're going to go 0-0. I think they're going to hold it.
No fog, please. No fog. No fog in the island, my God. All right. What's next, Mikey?
Estoril Benfica.
Roy would say 5-0.
I know.
No, he wouldn't.
I know.
Not for Benfica.
No, he wouldn't. I guess
That'd be the one
wouldn't
time
say
he
it.
did. That'd be the one
That's
time
team
he
he wouldn't
would.
say it for.
Give him room for Estoril on this one.
Yeah.
Against
I
his
was going
beliefs.
5-0 to Estoril, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
What do you say, Nino?
2-0 Benfica.
Ooh.
2-0 Benfica. Gomez.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Benfica.
Mauricio.
I'm going to go 2-1 Benfica. And by the way, that Bergawi over 20 goals, that's impressive over there at Estoril.
Yeah, he's already got 20. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
My boy, Janis Joplin. I call him Janis Joplin. That's Janis big Broadway. All right. What's Mikey? Mikey.
Mikey thought they were going to drop points in this game.
I still do. It's going to be 2-2. Thank you, PZ, but it's going to be 2-2.
4 in a row. My God. All right.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I thought about that 2-2. But yeah, I'm going to give it to Benfica. All right. What's next?
Famalicão, Alverca.
Fama. 2-0 Fama. Gomez.
I'm gonna go 1-0 Fama. They get 5th place.
All right. Mikey.
It's going to depend on what's going on at Alvalade at the same time, but I think Fama still get it done. 1-0.
Mauricio.
Unless they get really good news early.
Yeah. I'm going to go 2-1 Fama.
2-1 Fama. All right. Everybody believe in Fama. Mikey, what's next?
Sporting Gil Vicente, the last game of the season.
All right, guys, it's been a good night. I'll see you next week.
All
All
right,
right, guys.
I gotta go, man. It's already 10:15.
Oh, man, Gilistas. I give my Gilistas. They're the king of the drama, but they're not playing in Barcelona. They only get dramatic when they're playing in Barcelona. Sporting's going to win 3-1. You know what I mean? Even though I believe in my Gilistas, you know, I love my Gilistas.
I know you do.
Mikey?
Okay, so I said 2-2 for Benfica, so I'm going to add context. Estoril are going to tie it in stoppage time against Benfica. And 1 minute later, Sporting are going to win 2-1. Sporting are going to win it in the 96th, and that's what's going to happen. It's going to be the most way possible. And we deserve every bit of it.
I got the Sporting game, so oh my God, I'm going to be going wild. I'm going to have like 2 coffees, 1 Red Bull, and then 2 chocolate cakes. All right, what you got?
That's it.
No, Derek,
Oh, yeah,
I think
I'll go before
second
Derek.
place.
I'll save
Second
Derek
place has
for
sort
last.
of been. I think second place has sort of been a hot potato, where Sporting had it and they just threw it to Benfica. Then Benfica had it, they threw it back to Sporting, and we're gonna throw it right back to you. It's gonna be 1-1.
It's going to be like last year's title race.
Yeah. Yeah.
Insane. What do you got, Mauricio? What do you got?
I think me and Derek are going to be sweating and crying,
Yeah, it's not.
and I feel like they're going to win 2-1, like Mikey said.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're going to get drain the emotion out of me all day.
Might even go down 1-0, but they'll come back and win 2-1.
I think they're going to be losing at the half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They have not been.
my God.
No.
All
Ryu
right,
Love should have
Mike,
been up at the half this game.
Yeah, I
The
know.
way it was going.
Yeah, the way it was not looking good. No.
And now we're going to be out with the Boss and Diomande are not playing this game.
Yeah. I know.
None of the two?
The boss is out. Something happened at training. Yeah.
Yep. And so
Diomande
Quaresma's
too.
got to slide in to the center, and Vagianides is hurt, and we got to hope like a Fresneda can come back, but like now we
No,
have
I
no
don't
right
think
back.
Fred's coming back though. No.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to put Bloppa back there or I don't.
That's
know.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I read that.
Oh.
I read that they're thinking about putting him back there at the right back. Yeah, they have considered that.
He has to learn how to head a ball.
Yeah.
Mikey, what's
Tough
the-
spot.
what's-
For some of that, yeah.
What else do we have? Is that a
Nothing.
game? No.
No,
That's
that's
the season. The cup
That's the
finals.
season.
You want to do the cup finals, Sporting?
Torres. No. Okay.
Do you guys know, Derek?
I have seen Sporting lose the cup final to AVS.
I know.
I've seen Sporting lose the cup final to Academica.
Yes.
So anything is possible.
It's definitely
I think
possible.
Queen.
Yeah.
The cup is wild. The cup
Do
is
either of you
wild.
guys know if Torres registered for Europe?
I don't know.
I'm going to say
That
no.
has that.
Last time
I'm going to
weren't-
guess
weren't
no,
they in
but
third
that would have
place?
implications.
So
Weren't they
Mikey.
in third place? They're in third place in the Segunda Liga, weren't
Yes,
they?
they are.
Right, but
They
if
are.
they somehow win this, they have a right to the Europa
They have
League
a right, yeah.
if they registered.
So,
They
Mikey,
registered.
what happens if Sporting wins the Taça? How does that work with who gets that? Does like the 5th place team go into Europe instead of the Conference League? How
So
does
no,
that work?
so 4th moves
No.
to Europa League and 5th goes to conference.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Braga right now would go into the playoff of the Europa League if Sporting win the cup,
Okay.
and then Famalicão, assuming they hold on to 5th, would go into the Conference League.
Okay.
And then next year, we get 3 teams in the Champions League again. So
Yeah, that's great.
for 5 years, and then we'll go back.
Yeah, we'll go back.
Again. All right.
Yeah.
Back again. Give it to the Eredivisie, right?
Yeah. Is it that, or was it the Belgian league that's now next to us? I don't remember, but
It was the Holland.
it was the Eredivisie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still I think they're They're
We'll
still
just
there.
keep yo-yoing.
Right?
back and
Yeah,
forth
yeah.
every
Because
cycle.
we go through bad years. They go through bad years.
Hey, and the extra team usually just costs whoever's ahead because they
Yeah.
don't normally get many
Right.
points, and then you switch spots after a few seasons.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right.
All right.
That's it for tonight. One more lap to go next
One
week.
more lap.
And we'll see you next week, guys. Thank you.
All right,
we'll
guys.
pick
Have a good one.
All right, see you
Team of
guys.
the week, team of the year next.
Take care. Bye bye.
Yeah.
All right,
team of
we'll
the
do
year.
it. Best 11. Yep.
Do it.
All right, later, guys.
All right, later.
You got it. Good. Take notes. Bye bye.